times and I keep fighting. Crazy, people shake it and I'm still riding. Been hand with it and I was raised different. Never let no guy in this world try pressure whole spirit.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It is Gracisha from TikTok, from YouTube, from the podcast. I've got my own channel now and I'm here to talk up the things. I've got things to say, I've got things to do, and I've got things to say. Young ladies, I know that you want to hear this, so I'm making this video for you. Okay? Today, we're going to be talking about moving on, what it takes to leave a toxic relationship. I just feel like I need to make this video. Now, there's many layers to this and we're going to get into it because I know a lot of us were in something toxic we don't even know. Some of us were in toxic relationships we don't even know is a toxic relationship. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to break down. We're going to do a little 10 minutes sit down chit chat because I know someone needs to see this. Somebody needs to see this. So we're going to talk. Let's get into it. Now, first and foremost, in order to leave a toxic relationship, you need to acknowledge that the relationship you're in is toxic. Now, baby, a lot of us are living in denial. A lot of us are rolling around in a pit of denial. We know from certain arguments, from certain situations, that the man is toxic, that the gal is toxic, that the person is abusive. However, we decide to stay. And why do we decide to stay? Let's talk about it. Let's get into the reasons, right? Fear of abandonment. Attachment issues. You don't know how to be by yourself. Maybe that person is they're financially benefiting you right now. Maybe that person's paying your phone bill. But let me tell you something. The longer that you sacrifice yourself in order to gain from someone else, you're just draining your own self and you're going to have to recover at some point. Or you can suffer for the rest of your life. Okay? So there are many factors for why people choose to be in denial and to stay in these situations. But I'm telling you today, the best thing for you to do is to wake up. So that's the truth. You can't leave a toxic relationship until you acknowledge that it's toxic. So if you don't understand how somebody can be manipulating you, then you're not going to be aware. Many people know, listen, this person is treating me wrong and but I'm still going forward. No. What you need to do is learn. Wake up. Go on Google, type in narcissistic abuse, type in how do people manipulate people. Learn, my dear. Once you're woke, then we go to the next step. The next step is to assess the situation. Some of you stole your man from someone else and you think that the relationship will go well. Some of you met your man. Your man had no life prospects, no nothing. And you thought it was going to go well. Some of you, he disgusted you on the first date and you still got in the relationship and you thought it was going to go well. Assess the situation. Assess the foundation of your relationship. Deep how it started. Deep how it's going. And then you can think about how it's going to end. Can I get an amen in here? Amen, somebody. Now, next. Have the honest conversation. Have the hard conversation. Let me tell you, someone taught me, I think I learned from church, how to be silent and submissive. Things will be happening in the relationship. I will just turn my left cheek so hard. I won't even ask any questions. Some of us will just sit there and it was clear the man is cheating. It's clear the girl is talking to someone, but you're just turning your left cheek to save yourself. Why are you making yourself small? Why are we minimizing ourselves so someone can walk all over us? That's why. You need to assess the situation. Look into it. How did I end up in a relationship with someone who is treating me this way? Ask yourself. So, step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 3, accountability. It took for my girls to come to me and say, listen, the Grace I knew will never be in this situation. It takes for you to listen to your mum when your mum is telling you this don't sound right. Okay? Accountability. Hold yourself accountable. Where did I go wrong? How did I let this person get me in this situation? What the hell is happening? Wake up. I tell my friends all the time, when you get to a certain point in a relationship, that person, they take your power and you lose your mind. It's like you go on autopilot. So you're not even deep in what you're going through anymore because that's where they want you. And I'm not saying all relationships are like this, but certain relationships, so much time will pass and you'll think, oh my God, how the hell did I end up here? So you lose that accountability because you're on autopilot. You're just going with the flow. And that's right where those people want you to be. You're malleable. You're just drifting. You don't even have control of the situation anymore. Assess the situation and take accountability of where you are. Wake up. Listen, your girls are trying to tell you, you're telling your girls that they're jealous.
You good? No, you're not. You're not, baby, and it's okay. You're not good, and it's okay. You don't need to be good all the time. It's okay to not be good.
You're telling your girls, well, your man, that was me. That was me. I was wondering, why is my girls trying to tell me this when your man listen? Don't you dare. Don't you dare do that, because you know why? Your friends know you sometimes better than you know yourself, so they can see you're not happy. They can see you're drained. They can see something has changed. That person has sucked the light over you. Your friends are trying to help you, asking them questions. Guys, open your eyes quickly. Let me tell you something. A relationship is the biggest tester of friendships. If you want to test your friendships, get in a relationship. You'll see people's true colours. Some of your friends will come to your rescue. Some of them will tear you down. Either way, it's a test. It's a test. Hold yourself accountable. Come off of autopilot. If you've been in a relationship for 3 years, some of you are on autopilot. You're not even woke anymore. You're just going with it. You've told yourself, I'm staying here because I'm in this, so I have to stay.
You're a man.
Yes,
Look at the screen.
that's mine. And
And
I'm going to stick beside him.
that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
For what? Stay for what? Come off. Wake up quickly. And ask yourself, me 5 years ago, will I be in this situation? Me 5 years ago, will I be in this situation, or is it because it's so long? And when you start to assess the situation, you start to analyze your reasons for staying. Why am I staying? Is it because we have history? Is it because he took me back? Is it because I took him back to my house? Is it because I lost my virginity to him? Why am I staying? What are the factors? If you were to remove those factors, would you still stay? Get your power back, my dear. Get your power back. Sometimes we need to write stuff down. Put it on a piece of paper, okay? Why are you staying? Why are you staying? What is it that is holding you here? Assess the situation. Hold yourself accountable. What choices am I making? Ladies, is he paying your phone bill? Is that why you're staying? Is he paying your phone bill? My dear, if you don't go and get a job and go and find a way to work your shift, is she got a roof over your head? Is she feeding you every night? She's got good friends, so you're staying in her house 24. Listen, go and prioritize your goals before you start moving that woman, using that woman. So, after you've held yourself accountable, it's time to take action. Now, most of the time when you end up in a toxic situation, there are boundary issues. A lot of us, our boundaries are way too low. And I can tell you, it is almost impossible to raise your boundaries after you've set them so low and they've been low for a long time. Let me give you an example. If you have a man and you let him go out with his female friends every single weekend, right? And that's been your man for 3 years. You know how hard it's going to be for you to say, you know what, babe? I deserve better. You can't go out with them anymore after 3 years. You know what that man is going to be telling you? He's going to be telling you, listen, if you don't want me to go out with them, you should have said that from the start. So let me tell you, the only thing you could do when you're in these situations is move on. But people don't want to hear that. But before you go to that stage, it's time to raise your boundaries. Before you leave, because that's what this video is about, leaving toxic situations. Raise your boundaries. Most people can't stand it when you raise your boundaries, so they will walk away before you even get the time to drop them. Raise your boundaries, right? All these things that you're letting slide just because you want to stay in the relationship, get rid of them. End them. I keep telling people there's 7 billion people on this planet. You want to keep one man because you met his mum. You want to stay with one man because you got his name tatted on you. You want to stay with one man because he took your virginity. Listen, be moving on. I don't want to say the grass is greener, but don't lock yourself down. Don't tie yourself down ever. That's the worst thing you can ever do. Tie yourself down because of small factors. Yes, that's another good point. Consider the factors. I said that before. Consider the factors that are keeping you in this relationship. What have you invested that is holding you down? And is it worth your emotional well-being? Is this relationship worth your spiritual and emotional well-being? Put your foot down. Put your foot down. Now, let me tell you something. It takes a while to get to that final straw. One day I'll do a story time, guys, because let me tell you something. I've been through hell.
I'm smiling, but it ain't funny.
When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Do not keep asking them for their resume when they've sent you 100 CVs. Believe them. That person has sent you their CV, their resume. They've even written a cover letter, but you're still trying to say, yeah, but believe them. They've shown you. There's many girls right now, they're staying with someone who's cheated on them 4 times. My dear, what are you waiting for? Number 5.
Another one, thank you. Another one, thank you. Another one, thank you.
Are you waiting for number 5 or what? Raise your boundaries. Assess the situation. Hold yourself accountable. Speak up. Even me, I used to be that babe. I told you I learned it from the African aunties. The man will be cheating. The man will be texting other babes. I've just shined my eye. When he goes on Snapchat, you just close your eye, open your eye, and interrogate that man. And if he can't take the pressure, you leave him. Listen, detach yourself from these people. Detach yourself from these people. The reality is, people will keep you around until they're done with you. And if you don't get the strength to do what you need to do, they will use you and abuse you until they're done with you and drop you. And then you've got to deal with not only being used, but being used and dropped. Don't wait. Don't wait. It's not too late, my dear. And I will say another important thing is to get back to yourself. When you come out of a relationship or when you're heartbroken, it's like you get dropped into a big white room and you have to start from afresh and you're just like, oh my God, what the hell? Only now at 21 am I deep in it. Why God was telling me to guard my heart. Because once someone breaks your heart, it's like they've broken you. It takes a while. I always say, if you guys have read Great Expectations, Miss Havisham was trapped in that house for years until she died because of heartbreak.
When the ruin is complete, when they lay me dead in my bride's dress, on the bride's table, the curse will be finished on him.
So people like to pretend like heartbreak is not serious. People like to pretend like you can just get over it. No, heartbreak can finish you. So be careful about who you're letting into your temple. Men and women, be careful who you're exchanging that energy with, because when it's time to go, it can get impossible. Now, when you realize you need to get out of a situation, it's all about waking up, re-empowering yourself, getting your power back, raising your boundaries, coming off of autopilot. Hang on a second, wake up, wake up, wake up. All those excuses. Guys, let me tell you something. I give advice on TikTok, right? I've got an agony line and I get bare excuses. I've met his mum. He gave me this much money. I done this for him, but we went on holiday together. Yeah, but all these excuses to stay with someone who drains you. Ladies in particular, some of us are taking the pill. Some of us have got implant in our arm. We're being drained. There's so many factors that are draining us just to keep around someone who doesn't even deserve you. You've got your implant in. You're taking the pill. That thing is draining your soul. Besides the interaction with this man, yeah. Some of us are all night. We're stalking the man's Instagram, being drained. For what? Meanwhile, there's a business we should be running. Meanwhile, there's a course we should be studying.
Barb, stay in school. Don't you ever be lazy. Don't you ever complain about hard work. Work hard, it pays off.
Focus yourself. Next, be rational in your thinking. Breakup is literally mourning what could have been and what once was. When you're mourning a breakup, it's got nothing to do with the present. When you think about it, a lot of the people who are our exes, who are mourning and were crying, if you wanted, you can go and knock on that person's door right now. If you wanted, you can call them. If you want, you can get through to them. So what we're crying over is not because we don't have access to the person. It's because we had dreams of a family. We had dreams of flying out. We dreamed all this future with this person, and that's what we're mourning. So mourn. Make sure you have that mourning period. But let me tell you something. Weeping may endure for the night, but joy cometh in the morning. Now, you can choose to sit down and mourn what could have been, or you can have joy because you can have it with someone else. Detach yourself from what could have been. Detach yourself from what once was and get in tune with what is. Detach yourself. Don't cry over that man. Why are you crying over your ex when you know where he lives? You know where his mum lives. You can go there now. But why are you not going there? Because he's not good. He's not good for you. So why are we crying? When it comes to breakups, that's the final point. Change your perspective. You're not mourning someone's death. You're not mourning someone's sickness. What you're mourning is what could have been and what once was. But that person, they had the potential, but they did not meet your expectations. So yes, mourn because you can have that future, but all it means is that they've set you free so you can have that with someone else. They've released you. You're a free bird. So yes, breakups are painful. Have that time, cry, get over it though. Don't be Miss Havisham. Guys, let me tell you the story. Miss Havisham was meant to get married and she got jilted at the altar. She went back into the house and Miss Havisham stayed in her wedding dress until that thing set alight and burnt her alive for years. Do not be Miss Havisham. Heal. Miss Havisham was grieving what once was, the future she could have had with that man. But the truth is that man probably would have made her miserable. If he came and married her, she would have been miserable same way. So are you going to sit in the house and let your sorrow burn you? Or are you going to move on and celebrate what could be? My dears, some of us are being trapped. And I believe that heartbreak has been downplayed. Heartbreak has been downplayed. Me, heartbreak, it changed my whole appearance. Heartbreak changed my mind. It changed my life. Heartbreak was a spiritual awakening for me. So, my dear, understand what you've been through. Realize what you've been through, right? If you feel like your ex was a manipulative, look up manipulative behavior and make sure you never get in a situation like that again. If you feel like your ex was a narcissist, research narcissistic abuse. If you feel like they were antisocial and they had antisocial personality traits, research it and make sure. Because the truth is, we attract certain people. Okay, so if you're attracting narcissists, that's the time to say, hang on a second, let me stop dating because I'm just going from narc to narc. Okay, don't be naive. One time I was naive. It can happen twice, but it's up to you. Are you going to continue the cycle? Are you going to keep letting men rubbish you, letting girls rubbish your life? Open your ears, open your eyes, close your heart, use your brain. Use your medulla. Be incorporating your brain, my dear. I hope that somebody can get something from this. Because I'm telling you, heartbreak is not easy. When someone has finished your heart, it feels like the world is ending. Woe is me. But let me tell you something. Weeping may endure for the night, but joy cometh in the morning. And the truth is, when you're a good person, let me tell you something. I'm not the best person in the world. I know there's people watching this right now. I got ups around the world. But let me tell you something. When God is on your side, you're free. What's the point of grieving an ex? It's just treat us qualified. They didn't qualify. Once they didn't meet the qualification, you move on. My dears, don't punish yourself in this life. That was my breakup help advice video. I really hope that could help someone out there. Like, listen. This too shall pass. It's a season. Think of it as you need to mourn and you need to heal and you need to get over it. But do not stay in that place. Don't be Mr. or Mrs. Havisham. Don't let the grief bun you up. Don't be stuck in the past. God doesn't want us to live like that in the past. The present is where we need to be. Okay? So make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you got anything else you want me to film, any content you want to see, just hit me up and I will think about it. Because, I'm trying to be a YouTube babe. I got my lovely little setup. So I really hope that video can help someone. I'm trying to make more content. But at the moment, I'm just feeling around, I'm just starting YouTube again. So let me know what you want to see. Follow me on Instagram, Grace Verson, TikTok, Grace NDN, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll be back with another banger whenever I feel like it. Period. Protect your energy.
Why you keep mixing your energy? Never let them draw the energy. They just want to fall cause they're jealousy. Protect your energy. Protect your energy.